Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Sean Murphy. Now, I did find this guy via uh, Twitter or X. Super glad I did, but uh, yeah, they do have a lot. I think they're a comic artist of some kind. They look like a big shot. The only ones that I know, well, I've reviewed some of them on the channel, but guys like uh, Jorge Jimenez. Who's the other guy? He did a lot of like Spider-Man stuff. Well, plenty of artists have done Spider-Man, but I forgot his name. Like he's a very sort like when he draws women, they're very like thin. And I remember he had like a controversial shot of Mary. I think her name is Mary, the redhead partner of Spider-Man. Because I think they did not like the pose or something. He got criticized for it. Like Sean something. Well, is it Sean? It's so sad. I'm forgetting the name, but I like his style too, especially his chicks or his women. Also proud. Anyway, we're here to review the work of Sean Murphy. So they do a lot of like the way they draw is very interesting because it's a bit sharp. Even if they draw characters, let me just zoom in on this one. So this is from an anime. I'm forgetting the name. I know it's a popular one too. But just looking at the drawing, I do see a lot more hatching, which is interesting. I'm not sure if they're using some kind of like ink because it is colored. I'm not sure if they're doing that from the like on paper or maybe they're adjusting that on like Photoshop or something. But I do see a lot more hatches that are not contour related. For example, yeah, look at the way they draw the arms here. It's not as organic. It's pretty straight, right? Even this part of the hand, look at how it's kind of blocky, more straight, sort of edged, less sort of fluid curves. I mean, there are some curves, obviously, but it's not. A lot of their work looks more graphic, and the way they hatch, it looks very sort of. If you look at like architectural sketches or interior sketches or design, well, maybe not product design, but more like interior slash landscape slash architectural. Like the way they do the hatching is very similar to how Sean does his hatching too. But I do like how some of the line work, it's not always black. It is colored. Maybe it's they're using some kind of gradient map after scanning their like inks. Because maybe they do this sort of manually. Who knows? Oh, someone colored it for them. Spicer color. Okay. I get why they have to split the coloring. First of all, it saves time. But like they have dedicated people to like do the pencils, sometimes the ink, sometimes the colors, or sometimes even the lettering. Because it's like not only are these like heavy, like it takes a lot of work to do this, but also there's sort of an art to sort of each phase, and one sort of complements the other. So in a way, it's just nice having this like big project where so this is the full Cowboy Bebop. Jesus fucking she's hot. I haven't seen the show, but based on the gifs or gifs I've been seeing, I kind of want to watch it. And usually because of this lady over here. Reminds me of what's her name? Masato from Evangelion because they have like both violet hair. So yeah, I like the end result of this. The line work is there clearly, but it's not so heavy. Like it's being toned down. I mean, there are some spots where it's just pure black, but I do like how in some parts it's color like it goes along with the skin or with the fabric, with the clothing. Like it blends well, so I like it. And you're just looking at this like Batman over here. Again, look at the anatomy. It's a bit sharp. I reviewed they're not a comic artist, but they do a lot of like are they not? I will try linking some artists that I reviewed before in the description below. Hopefully, if I remember. But yeah, the point is when you draw anatomy, it doesn't always have to be super fluid. Even though our human bodies are organic, meaning we will see a lot more curves, you can sort of simplify things by making it more abstract. And that means turning body parts into just basic shapes for the most part. Right? Even the way Adam Hughes Like if you see his finished illustrations, it does look kind of organic, but just focus on the silhouette of the figures, or even how he like starts out sketches. They're very basic shapes, like triangles mixed with squares, mixed with like half circles. But the way they sort of render, or in this case of Sean, the way they hatch, it just makes it more 3D or more volume centered. Blue ink? Interesting. Yeah, I like the variety or how they do the hatching here. Is that a thumbprint? I'm not even sure, maybe. It's so cool. It looks like it was done with the ballpoint pen. Not sure about the dark part. Let me just click it. Did they have like a description? The grit and brushworks is just fantastic. Well, there's no description really. Oh yeah, I guess they are fingerprints maybe. Pretty cool. Oh, it reminds me a little bit of Ashley Wood. Like the way they do like the hatching a bit. Pretty cool. Final Fantasy. Oh, here we have like Wolverine and Deadpool. Pretty cool. And again, look at the way they do the figures. Basic shapes, but everything within that silhouette. This one does have a lot of like black fill-ins, right? Especially Wolverine. Pretty cool. Okay. So they did do a lot of work for Zorro. I mean, I've seen the movie, starring Antonio Banderas, but that's pretty much it. Look at this one. So this is Ninja. Right? Let me just zoom in. Again, I just love the way they're breaking down the shapes. It fits the character too. Like look at how chunky this guy is. I forgot his name, but he's like the more of all the four turtles, he's like the more pissed off one, or he gets mad easily. Again, the breakdown of the anatomy, oh, so freaking cool. And yeah, picking and choosing like which parts to just leave as black. It's easy to get carried away when you like do these black fill-ins, but once you have them in like those certain specific spots, it just like it sort of grounds your sketches. And then to complement that, you have like other lines that are much thinner. That they're more like hatching lines, right? Anyway, I was saying something about the head. Now this guy, I think, is the main one, or the sort of leader of their group. There's a bit of seriousness there, but it's not as blocky as say this guy. This one's more of the smart one. This one's more of the goofy one, and you can tell by the way their head and faces are designed, right? So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Damn, the ink work, the way they the hatch is really cool, and it has that sort of classic look to it, like vintage-esque. Like you don't see, I think I mentioned this before in some art reviews featuring comic artists. You don't see a lot of hatching as much anymore. People like using more black fill-ins, which is kind of a generational thing, but it's just nice seeing this kind of look once in a while, you know? Let's go further down. Oh, Optimus Prime, always a good thing. I'm not sure what they're using for the colors. Maybe it's some kind of maybe watercolor brush, or maybe a... You know what? We'll see. It reminds me of another artist. They have a YouTube channel. He's a comic guy, but he does a lot of like transformer. Like he has a very direct way of drawing. And whenever he sketches, he likes to use a very thick pencil, and he doesn't mind it, because when he starts or after he's done inking, he'll just erase those pencil lines. He's not the most refined sort of artist, but his work is so cool. And I was watching this video by another comic guy on YouTube named Robert Marzul or something, and one of his like takeaways, it was like a quick comment he made. For as long as it looks cool, he's gonna go with it. Like even if something is not right, if it looks cool, yeah, it doesn't always like, because if it looks cool, it looks cool. It doesn't matter if it's like right. So I think this is a good thing too, especially when it comes to art. Like you can just focus on the cool factor and you'll be fine. Damn, Optimus Prime. I did watch the recent like 3D animated movie. Pretty cool. I think the Thor guy voiced Optimus Prime there. More than meets the eye. By the way, I do like the Michael Bay Transformers. Maybe the later movies were a bit too much, because it was just like too many concepts being like mushed in, but especially Transformers 2007, I think that's my favorite. 2007, I believe, the first one. It's just so freaking iconic. I know this guy. The guy at the bottom right. I forgot his name. He's a famous sort of actor. Like and I think he used to be in the gang before, but he sort of maybe reformed himself. Who knows? But he has a very iconic look. I think that's him. And of course Zorro over there, right? Like typical macho sort of cartel kind of vibe, like macho. Damn! Look at those black villains. Oh, by the way, that's a page in a comic, which is so impressive because like each page can sort of become its own art piece because it's so there's a lot of layering going. Even oh shit, even in the background they have like a frame of another art piece, so it's like art within art. It's just nice seeing that. But it does take a while to do these sorts of pages. I mean, you have to design it with pencil and then ink the thing and then add the colors and then add the lettering because you have to make sure the words don't get in the way. But once it's done, it's gonna look really freaking cool. I like the horse here. Ah, yeah, Zoro does have like a really thin sort of sword. I forgot what it's called, but also a whip. So that's his preferred weapons. Look at this guy. Is this Joker? The face looks kind of like Joker's. But look at the ink work. I like how some lines are a bit faded out. Maybe they do have quite a few. Oh, look at this part over here. Can we zoom in a bit? Like this part. It's some kind of brush maybe, and they're washing it out. Or maybe it's a marker. It's basically a lot grayer than this one. So even within their ink work, they do have some bit of value range, meaning it's not all pure black. And look at the hatching here. It's so thin. But if you focus on this sort of thing here, they could have just used a big brush, but they instead used like a really thick sort of maybe calligraphy brush or some kind. Just a thicker sort of brush to handle those. But yeah, their ink work looks very varied. Some splatter stuff over here. And maybe even some fingerprints, who knows. But yeah, I like it. Oh, so here's some pencils and then some inks on top. Even their pencil work is pretty cool at this stage. But again, look at the sharpness there. Lots of straight lines. They like to simplify things that way. Again, look at the hands of this guy and the arms. It's like a bunch of squares. Slight curves, maybe in the shoulder, in the triceps a bit, but it's very sort of tech-ish. Like again, just look at any sort of architectural landscape / urban / interior design, maybe a bit of fashion drawing. They like the straight sort of lines. What's this? Ooh, this one's colored. I'm not sure if they did it themselves, but let's go further down. Oh, this one's pretty interesting. Did they do it? The style is a bit different. Let me see if they did it. Maybe they did. Oh, the cover artwork is by Kim Jacinto. Are there some pages inside? Wait, right? Wait, I don't even know anymore. There's so many words I'd rather just not read it, but oh, Sean Murphy's the plot holes. So maybe the cover artist is like a feature guy? I don't even know. Cool nonetheless. Oh, a raptor. I know they're supposed to have hair in reality, but I do like the Jurassic Park version. It's just that reptilian sort of look. It just looks so hot, right? And again, look at the hatching. It's so varied. I'm not sure what they're using here. If you look at the background, lots of like more brushy wash strokes. Wait, I think this was done digitally. I don't even know anymore. Maybe it looks so real. It probably is. Fingerprint ink blood. So maybe they do it. Because some people have pointed it out. It does add a bit of the extra bit of texture. And it's cool because it's coming from your own hand or fingertips. And in a way, it's like a mini signature, although it's not that obvious. But when you zoom in, you will see it more. And I think this part, let me just show you. I think this part right here was painted in with white, with like a white sort of ink or paint to add that highlight. Because I can see it Like some lines are seeping through, are below it are seeping through. Like the hatching here is so consistent though. I'm not sure if they're using some kind of like dry brush. And even the indentations over here, sort of evenly spaced out. It looks really good. Damn, I like it. Do we have more images? Who is this guy? But damn, look at his head. It's like a straight, some curve at the top and then pop, pop, pop. Right? Looks like a freaking Giga Chad. But yeah, you know, you can draw figures this way and it looks good. So if you're not really into like if you can't really capture the nuances of the figure or any kind of organic form, well, then you can try this approach. Be more straight, right? Oh, look at that. The variety. The variety of line work here. It's so rich. Even without color, it's already kind of rich. So yeah, I guess that's it for this art review of Sean Murphy. Is it Sean? Am I saying the name right? Sean Murphy? Let me just... Click home. Sean Gordon Murphy or Sean Murphy. So check out the links. I will link this page, by the way, in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next. Oh, I think my favorite would have to be the Ninja Turtle one. This one, the fan art of Bebop, and maybe a couple of Zorros. Well, Batman's pretty cool too, but let me find my favorite one. Oh, she's hot. Lilith. Oh, Damon Shakes. Where is it? Oh, this one's pretty cool too. Oh, I like the wet sort of wash in the back. I'm not sure if that was added like in Photoshop. But I just think, oh, this one. Look at that. So there you go. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.